Getting students to do the work by flipping the classroom, presented by Ron Dorston. Many colleges and universities are taking a more proactive approach to teaching environments and embracing a more engaging, hands-on style. As teachers, our goal is to create a more active learning environment and encourage students to become lifelong learners. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to 1. List ways students can improve their memory skills. 2. Describe the reasons why classrooms are being flipped. And 3. Describe a flipped classroom. Doyle says the one who does the work does the learning. By flipping the classroom, we require students to do the work and to take on more responsibility for their learning. Science has shown that there are ways to enhance the learning process. We can do this by forming long-term memory, which is called brain neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to undergo a physical change as we learn. New neural connections and pathways are stimulated and grown. When students are actively engaged, this process is at its best. We as teachers can create an environment which makes the learner smarter in the short term. Enhancing long-term memory recall is affected by 2 factors. Information must be repeated over time, and information must be expanded upon. Our memories fade depending on how the material is inputted, by what the students do after class, and what they do with the information days and weeks later. New memory is formed in the area of the brain called the hippocampus. If we are paying attention, we can encode our senses into a memory by rewiring the brain. Sleep also plays a role in memory by reshuffling so that we can quickly and accurately recall a memory. Even taking a nap can improve your recall of information. Traditional lecture classrooms are much less effective for today's students who have grown up with high-speed internet, video games, and mobile phones. One study found that only 38% of students want to learn with traditional lectures. In a traditional classroom, the teacher is at the center of learning. The focus is not on the student, but on them, and the primary role of the teacher is to provide knowledge. In other words, they do the work. The sage on the stage style of teaching is now making room for a new style of learner-centered teaching that focuses on the student. In a flipped classroom, a student would be asked to watch a posted video prior to class and read several chapters in a text. During class the next day, students would take a short online quiz over the homework. Each student would come to class with deeper understanding of the material. By moving to a flipped classroom, we can provide students with a varied set of tools, exposing them to the material outside of classroom. Teachers and students are using recorded class lectures, notebook computers and tablets, digital content and learning management systems, smartphones, student response systems, e-portfolio websites, and blogs. In a flipped classroom, collaboration is encouraged among group members. Class time is used applying what has been learned by teams, working collaboratively, thinking creatively, communicating well, and valuing diversity and contributions from other members. A growing number of schools are placing greater emphasis on student collaboration. Flipped classroom and learner-centered teaching models give the students the real-world skills they need upon graduation. One model of a flipped Excel classroom utilizes a rotational approach, which has students completing exercises by forming teams of 3 and alternating between the role of reader, doer, and checker. The teacher acts only as a guide, interacting with the students or facilitating when they need help, but not doing the work for them. The students learn to solve problems in different roles and in turn learn to problem solve in a much deeper way. Students may not share our preference in teaching styles. There will be students that feel it's too much work. They'd rather not be engaged or asked to put forth real effort to enhance their learning. However, by providing faculty with the tools and training, you can successfully integrate this technique into the classroom and pursue alternatives teaching models such as flipping the classroom. By graduation, our students should know how best to learn, how to work with others individually and in teams, and be able to manage life's ups and downs. Flipping the classroom helps to develop these skills and prepares them for the real world. Thank you for your kind attention.